Well, welcome back to the channel. I got to clean up around fields. We'll probably look at some corn. Got it all hooked up. So this is an Alamo mower. It's an old state mower. Frank, who's been in the videos, he picks them up. I ended up buying one from him. It's set up pretty nice. It had a blown up or a snapped off gearbox shaft. So he bought a parts one, switched it around, resold it to me. He does that from time to time. Him and auctions are good friends. So we're gonna go mow the pasture beyond. The cows have been in it. They got kicked into this one. We were waiting, trying to get them in. We chopped that one, which you saw in a previous video, chopping part 2. So usually they come from here, go to there, go back to that one. That one's a little too big. We need to split it in half. So we had a lot of animals on it to catch up, and we were just behind, and then it stopped raining. So it should start raining this afternoon, they're saying, so I can rotary mow and be all set. But we'll clean up some of the area here and then run into the pasture and do some corn and do some other property we got. So here we are in the pasture. I'm just mowing down. The cows had left here 2 days ago, mowing down the taller stuff that they didn't eat. The idea is we want the cows to eat a majority, if not all of it, but they do pick and choose, and we just kick them to the next pasture. So then we come out and we just mow it down. Doesn't take very long to do. It's just part of pasture maintenance. And what we use pasture for is for our dry cows and some of our heifers. Primarily, we wanted it for dry cows as a tool for fatter animals that needed to pretty much get out and work for their food. Pasture is a great utilization of that, where they can go through their dry period, come out here for 30 days, 40 days, and be on pasture, getting a much better tone. And then when they come back in, we have a lot less calving issues and energy issues when they calve in. So that's what we use the pasture for. Like I said, we got sections of it. So we got 3 different areas, and we usually just rotate them around. But we did end up chopping that back one because I thought we were too far ahead. Which if we didn't chop it, it was just there's gonna be no grass left there. It was all gonna be brown and dead and laid right down. So they'll stay on that pasture over there, and I'll show you when we get over there. I'm gonna say that's probably gonna be 2 weeks that they're gonna have enough feed on there. We might pull some animals in. So as they get 30 days prior to calving, we bring them in, put them in the dry cow pen. Then they get a ration that's made up so that when they calve in, everything is on point. We have a lot less issues as far as the energy side, and cows get in ketosis. So we'll hammer this out. Finished up. As you see, the cows are just hanging out. Got some heifers, got some cows. Really depended if they were pregnant, how many preg checks, how long until calving. There they are. Well, doing a little roadside mowing. Gonna keep things looking fresh for all the haters, even though nobody around here knows what a cornfield really is. We'll get it cleaned up so it looks good for the town and good for everybody who drives by. This is the corn I posted the other day on some of my stories. That's about 5 foot tall in some spots, not all of them. But we'll turn it around in a second here. Gotta watch out for bikers, people, pretty much everything. But that's some pretty good looking corn right there. And we don't get right up to the roadside or right up to the edge with manure, just in case it runs off. So clean the roadsides up a little bit. I might go walking that stuff. Well, this stuff's pretty nice, so it's definitely growing quite a bit. Before it was, I don't know, 3 days ago it was like this tall, and as you see, I'm not kneeling down, it's getting pretty tall, so looks good. This is some Master's Choice 5250. I believe today would be like 48 days, maybe 47 days since it was planted. Like, that is a hell of a stock, so things look really good. Got some issues with the planter. It's an old planter. Someday we'll have a nice planter, but it works. So I think this was planted at 34,000, right on the edge of where we want to go. Put a lot of manure, so we ended up putting like 18,000 last fall. Then it got manure all winter from solid manure, and then it got fertilized at 100 pounds of 4100 with some sulfur in it. But it needs some rain. It's not dried up much yet, but it's going to be some awesome corn if it gets some rain. With that being said, if you haven't checked out Master's Choice, check out their Facebook, their Instagram, YouTube, and they got a podcast. Podcast 62 is with me, talking about the farm, talking about why we use Master's Choice, a little background. So go listen to that, give them a thumbs up, follow them, and we're going to keep going to the next fields. Well, as you see, we got some dry spots in there, a little shorter. Ran out of water. Then we got this laneway that goes back because we got another backfield. We got 2 little hay fields. But overall, this corn looks good too. Maybe don't take a look at it. Just cleaning the roadway up a little bit. This outside rows on either side that Yanko just ran over clearly didn't get enough manure. Because you can see the height different right away. I'm gonna have to look back and see exactly what I planned. As far as consistency, this stuff's awesome as well. This got manure last fall, and then it didn't get any manure. It got a tiny little bit this spring, and then started in the planter. So I'm not a big fan of manure in the fall, but this is some good looking corn right here. So, and it looks taller over there, dips down taller over there. You can see Yanko just barely coming through. It's starting to drizzle, which is nice, but this should be really nice corn. I forget if this is 5250. I'll look on my phone when I get back in the tractor. So this one is 5250. It was planted Master Choice 5250. That's 5660 Master's Choice. So a few days variation in readiness. What it says, both look great. So pretty side by side. This side has better soil due to, you can see we're going to get into some drier spot on this corner. Last year nothing at all grew here. It was just dry. We had compaction issues. So overall I'm happy with both sides. They both look good. Hubba's Barbecue. My mom hooked me up, got me a brisket sandwich. I really like their brisket. Yeah, so we're hanging out. We call this the bog field. That's got some same stuff, the 5250. It's a little shorter, and I don't know why. Put a lot of manure on it. It's good ground. It will catch up. 100% it will catch up and be rock star stuff. I think just looking at the roadway and had a lot of compaction issues there. Really got to rip that. But we're hanging out here. It's my house. The bog. At some point I got to mow around the edges. Problem with that is people. So I was hoping it was going to really start raining by now, and nobody would be out there and I could mow around the edges. But I might finish up going around the fields and call it good for today. I got to do chores. Francisco's off this afternoon, and it's supposed to start raining this afternoon, like heavy. One weather channel says that, the other one says it's not, so we don't know. But I'm gonna finish up my brisket, do a little bit here, go up, do a few more fields, maybe check on that 15-inch row spacing that I planted at heavy rate that everybody got bent out of shape about. And now I'm driven to make sure it works well. I did plant over in Concord some 15-inch row at like 42,000 population, 44,000 I think, something around there. So that might be a more realistic number, but yeah, we'll finish the sandwich up. Pretty top notch. Well, we're finished up mowing roadsides. As you see, we didn't put enough manure here. It instantly gets a lot better. But what I'm really looking at is, here's 15-inch row corn. Or just about. I think I'm gonna get some more urea just for this section. But overall, plants look awesome. There's some height as you get into it. So, I don't know, 4 foot tall right now here. Consistency from plant to plant's pretty nice. That's a little smaller, but there's a few sections of it in here. This field did start drying out. But yeah, you can't even tell it's 15-inch row. Take a few steps over. So there's 30. There's somewhat of a 15. Definitely a different gap there. It's hard to do 15-inch row with a 30-inch row corn planter with no GPS. So this stuff looks pretty good though. Well, that'll do it for roadside mowing. Pretty cleaned up, looking good. We're gonna head on home, right bud? Don't mind this short corn. Sprayer driver forgot to spray the outside row of this field. But it's not me. So we're gonna head on home. We're gonna mix feed calves, get that all done before it starts raining later. So thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. So see you next time.